Hey guys, welcome to Pokedecks, a channel where I build decks for the Pokemon trading card game. We are still building decks using the newest cards from the newest expansion Breakthrough, and today is time for Mega Houndoom Ex. This is a pretty exciting Mega Pokemon. The attack is where it's at, so for a couple of Fire Energy, Inferno Fang, pretty cool name, does 80 damage plus, and it reads, you may discard all fire energy attached to this Pokemon, and if you do, this attack does 80 more damage, so that's 160 damage for just a couple of energy. That's pretty insane, right? Yeah, the problem is that Mega Houndoom Ex kinda needs the Spirit Link in order to evolve without losing a turn, so he can't really stick the Muscle Band in there. So we have to find another way to build up to 180 damage, which is the usual HP of most EX Pokemon. Of course, there's Megas and stuff like that, but yeah, against Megas, there's no way around it. We'll probably have to be hitting twice. So Inferno Fang, if you hit the first time, you don't need to discard the energy, and then you hit the second time and you do discard them. So hopefully that turns out nicely. So as I was saying, we have to find other ways to hit the damage, and we have a lot of different ways in here. The biggest of all is, I guess, the Golbat. So we're playing a 3-3 Golbat line, no Crobats in here. We don't really need the 30 extra damage, and having a stage 2 kind of makes the deck a little bit bulky, so we're just playing the stage 1, the Golbat, which helps us use the Sneaky Bite. Swoop Across is actually not that bad of an attack, because sometimes we are hitting 170 HP EXs, so we can actually manage to stick a Fire Energy in this guy and use Swoop Across and do damage to all of our opponent's Pokemon, which will make all their 170 HP EXs go to 160 HP, which is exactly what the Mega Houndoom will hit for. Let's start looking into the deck. There's actually a lot to it, I think. I'm not 100% sure of all the numbers, because there's a lot of stuff to it. Well, I think you guys will understand as I explain the deck. We're playing 2 Shaymin EX. This card is really good, especially in this type of decks where we want to play supporters that don't necessarily draw cards. So we want to do other stuff with our supporters, so that makes Shaymin EX really important for this type of deck. That's why we're playing through 2, maybe you could play 3, but then the bench gets really stuffed with a lot of Pokemon, and I don't really think we can afford that. But we do have other ways to draw, so we'll get to those in a second. Entei is an alternative attacker that's a non-EX. Combat Blaze does a lot of damage if the opponent fills up their bench, and they usually are filling up their bench. And Burning Roar is actually pretty decent, because it discards the top 4 cards of our deck, and if any of those cards are Fire Energy, you attach them to your Pokemon any way you like. We're not going to be hitting energy that often, because we're only playing 6 basic, but it's kind of like a pseudo battle compressor, in that there will be cards going to the discard pile that we can then just use the VS Seeker or stuff like that. So it's really nice to have Burning Roar. Always a decent attack if we're not doing anything else, so I guess. But Combat Blaze is really strong too in its own right, and this is a non-EX attacker. As far as the Houndoom goes, we're playing a 3-3 line. Don't disregard the basic Houndoom EX, because the first attack for a single Fire Energy discards the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck, so sometimes the game goes long and your opponent and yourself haven't managed to draw a lot of prizes, so it seems like someone is going to deck out, and Houndoom EX makes sure it's your opponent and not you, so I guess that's really great in some situations. I guess in a long tournament that might happen once or twice, which is actually pretty decent for a basic EX's attack. And Grand Flame is not that bad either, because for a couple of Fire Energy, it does 50 damage, and you attach Fire Energy from your discard pile to one of your bench Pokemon, so it kind of helps us bring some energy back into one of our other attackers. But yeah, the main thing here is building a Mega Houndoom EX, hitting for a lot of damage. If the opponent seems like they don't have a lot of ways to heal off damage, if they're not playing AZs, they're not playing ways to heal, Inferno Fang is perfect, because we will be dealing the damage first, dealing 160, and then they do whatever in their turn. If they are not able to knock us out back, then we can use Golbat on our own turn, and we will be killing their Pokemon before we attack again. So the opponent is forced to promote something else, so that works out pretty nicely, I think. That's why Golbat is the best way to deal those extra 20 damage, because we can choose the terms and we can choose when we drop it. and of course we can grab it with an Ultra Ball or even a level ball. But there's actually other ways to deal those 20 damage. I guess I'll look into those now. I guess the main one, other than the using other guys to attack and the swoop across and the Golbat, is Giovanni's Scheme. This is, I think, the perfect deck for this card. I'd love to be able to play more, but I'm only playing one right now. As I mentioned, I'm not really sure about the numbers because there's a lot of stuff that we want to be doing. But yeah, Giovanni's Scheme allows us to deal the 20 extra damage that we couldn't sometimes otherwise do. So if we play one of these and if we use Houndoom's attack, we will be hitting for 180. So that's another way to deal those 20 damage that we so badly need. We have 2 Battle Compressors. They help discard the supporters that we need mostly. Of course, it also helps us discard energy because we might need to accelerate with Blacksmith. We have 1 Level Ball, as I mentioned, for the Golbat and Crobat and Zubat line. We have 3 Mega Turbo, which is another way to bring energy back. So as you see, we have a lot of ways to make sure that the energy that we discard get back into Houndoom Ex. We have 3 Burning Energy because they get discarded and they immediately come back if we discard them from an attack. But we also have the 2 Blacksmith and the 3 Mega Turbos, which allow us to just charge up our Mega Houndoom Ex really nicely. So as I mentioned, once again, the numbers I'm not really sure about because there's a lot of stuff. There's the damage, the extra damage that we have to do. There's the fact that we have to control how many energy that we have in play. This is the amount I'm going for right now. So I'm playing 3 Mega Turbo, 2 Blacksmith, 3 Burning Energy. Of course, all of them have problems. So the Mega Turbo can only be played with the Megas. The Special Energy can be discarded with Enhanced Damage, which sucks. But Blacksmith, of course, is a supporter. But all of them have upsides too, so I'm playing a mix of all of those things, and hopefully we'll still be able to use Inferno Fang turn after turn. We have 1 Super Rod, really nice to shuffle some Bats back, some Houndooms back, and of course also to shuffle energy if we come down to that. We have 2 Trainer's Mill for extra consistency, and then the 4 Ultra Ball, 4 VS Seeker that we play in pretty much every single deck right now. We have 1 AZ. Once again, this is not the perfect deck for AZ, but it does allow us to reuse our Golbats. It does allow us to, I don't know, get a Houndoom back from danger if they get a lot of damage on themselves, and we actually discard energy, but we, as I mentioned, can bring them back with Mega Turbos and stuff like that. And it also allows us to redraw our Shaymaniacs if we need to. I already talked about the Giovanni Scheme and the Blacksmith. We are playing 1 X-Maniac. Sometimes we need to kill that Giratina, and X-Maniac comes into play for that reason. We are playing 1 Judge as well, also a supporter that I'm trying out in my decks. I think it's pretty fine, especially when we want to disrupt our opponent. If we manage to build a nice bench in the first turn, we can use Judge and just take all of the cards from our opponent's end, which is super good. We have 2 Lysander for extra disruption, of course grabbing and right knockouts, 4 Professor Sycamore because it's really important to draw a lot of cards and discard the energy, and there's another way to draw cards, which is the Scorched Earth, because we're not playing any other stadiums. I have thought about playing the Team Magma's Hideout as well to deal the 20 extra damage when the opponent puts the Pokemon down, but because they can just play their own stadium and then drop the Pokemon, I think that's pretty much worse than all the ways that we already have, which are the Golbat and the Giovanni Scheme. So I'd rather just play the Scorched Earth, which allows us to discard energy for Blacksmith and of course draw extra cards to build our own game. So yeah, I just went with Scorched Earth. We have 3 Houndoom Spirit Link, also for obvious reasons. We don't want to lose our turn when we evolve. And then as far as energy goes, we are playing 3 Burning Energy, as I mentioned, and then 6 basic fire that we can bring back with the Blacksmith and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the deck, and let's go play a match. I almost forgot to mention that there's a similar deck to ours, a Houndoom deck built by Gaia Storm TCG. I'm going to post a link in the description below. Although I did build my deck before I saw theirs, it's worth mentioning. They're good friends. So yeah, check out Gaia Storm's video as well. Their list is a lot more straightforward than mine, believe it or not. Usually I'm the one building the no-nonsense lists, but they don't play the Entei, if I remember correctly. And I kind of feel like I like the extra attackers in the stack. So I'm just going to discard one energy and the Lysander because I don't really need it right now. And of course we have the energy that we can accelerate later with this Mega Turbo. Okay, we have the Shaman, but if we click on it, we cannot see the rest of the cards. So I'm just going to play the energy down now. And now play the Shaman. Okay, you got an Entei and a Spirit Link, which is nice, but we don't have draw. So that's kind of lame. I'm going to put the Entei down anyways. In case my opponent plays something like a Judge. We have our guy down before we shuffle. Perfect draw for us would be something like... I don't even know. I mean, an Ultra Ball or something like that would be nice, because we would evolve this Houndoom, and our opponent is not going to evolve his own guy unless he plays a Wally. So there's a dangerous energy, very dangerous indeed, and there's a Stadium, which makes it harder for us to knock out his stage 1s and stage 2s. I wonder if he's playing the Break Zoroark. He's playing a very exciting deck. I'm really glad we're playing against that, because at the same time we're also seeing how the Zoroark deck might work, but I'm kind of scared about the Break, because for a single Darkness Energy he can copy my Mega's attack and he doesn't even need to discard the Fire Energy that he doesn't have, so he can just deal 160 damage to us for a single Darkness Energy, and discarding basically nothing. So at the same time he's just committing a lot of cards, I guess. So there's a Zero Zik, which takes our Spirit Link. That's unfortunate. That's kind of annoying. And we get confused. Yeah, that sucks, but let's see. I can't retreat because it's 2 energy. And that attack is terrible. I don't really like committing extra stuff, but there's only Lysander in there. There's also Fire Energy, so maybe we put this thing on our active and we use the second attack, and if we actually hit, we put the energy from the discard pile onto... Okay, we fail. My thought was we're going to put the energy on the Entei, then we retreat, discarding the 2 energy, putting the Entei into the active position, using the first attack so that we can discard the top 4 cards of our own deck. Maybe we hit energy, or maybe we just hit a draw supporter that we can VS Seeker for. But unfortunately none of those things happen, so now we just have Zoroark in play, which is kind of dangerous. Oh, he hits heads as well. Ugh. So he can hit us for 90, because 30 plus 30 plus 10 plus the muscle band, yeah. I did count right. There's a Trainer's Mail. My opponent seems to have failed his Trainer's Mail, which is nice, but yeah, 90 damage was, and we are confused. That's very bad. Okay, we got a Blacksmith. That's actually not the worst, because we can, I guess, retreat here and then use the Blacksmith, and then we are actually able to... Oh, maybe I should have just played the Blacksmith first, because now I'm forced to put 2 Fire Energy on this guy, and maybe I just wanted to have them in the discard pile. Okay, let's see what we hit with the Burning Roar. Hopefully it's a draw supporter. Maybe it's energy. Let's see. Yeah, we got an energy, but not the one that we wanted. Ugh, I would love to draw that Scorched Earth sooner, but now it's in the discard pile. It doesn't really matter. We don't have energy anyways, but our opponent actually opts to put that energy on the Shaman, I guess. He can always bring it back to hand, but it also means he's not playing energy this turn, so on a real attacker, that is. This guy is dealing 90 damage to our Entei, so he's not knocking us out, which is nice. Oh, Battle Compressor, perfect. So now I can actually grab a supporter that we want. So let's see. Sycamore for sure, Fire Energy for sure, because now I think we have 2. Yeah, there's already 1. I was just wanted to make sure. What else can we discard? Let's see here. Nothing really. Maybe just go for the supporter. Can go for... Oh, there's a Giovanni scheme. I like that. Okay. If I need a 20 extra damage, which I don't think I will, but you never know, right? Maybe we just VS Seeker for that scheme, though. Nah, I think I just go for the Sycamore. Don't want to draw just 2 cards. I mean, I could play the Super Rod, but that wouldn't be great either, so... Okay, we got an energy that we can play down, but it's going to be on the Mega that already took a lot of damage. I'm going to Trumpy Stadium for sure. And I can actually use this Ultra Ball. I think I'll discard the extra Stadium and the Zubat, because we won't be playing it down anyways. And I think I'll go for the second Shaman that we have over there. Yeah. Let's just play the energy first. Hopefully that guy can actually do something. Okay, we got a Spirit Link. And we can actually evolve after... Okay, let's just play this thing. Okay, we got a level... Oh, wait. Actually, we have the Mega Turbo. We can actually attack this turn with our Mega. Oh, that's nice. That's perfect. Almost picked up the level ball there. Which would be ruinous for us. I mean, not ruinous, but it's way better to just knock out his Zoroark, sorry. But we have to discard all our energy, but we do have the Blacksmith in the discard pile, so... And we actually only need to draw a single energy to be able to use the Inferno Fang again. Because one of the energies that we just discarded was our special. We take 20 damage from the dangerous energy, which sucks, but maybe we draw energy. Nope, it's an Ultra Ball. We're past the point that we need the Ultra Ball, and we actually have cards to discard for it, so... I mean, I don't mind discarding that Mega. I don't think we're going to need 3 in this game. I don't think there's time to build 3 Mega Houndooms, but we'll see. Drawing an energy would be the nuts here, because I could just charge up something else in my bench with this VS Seeker and kill his Zorua. I don't know if he's evolving. Yeah, because he played that guy the last turn, so maybe he's evolving. I don't know. Let's see. VS Seeker. He's probably drawing a lot of cards here. He already went through a lot of stuff. We already have 4 energy in there, so... Rosic again. Oh, he goes for the energy. It's really annoying. So forget what I said about drawing an energy, and he actually confuses us, which just sucks. Let's see, we got a lot of energy into this card pile. I'd love to see how many energy we have left. So I guess I'll play the level ball first. And we can actually pick that Zubat, but I want to see the rest of my deck. So let's see, we have a fire energy in there and a basic one. So yeah, but it's only 2, so I kind of feel like we have to be careful. And try to make the most out of our resources, because I don't want to be locked out of energy for the rest of the game. So I think I'm just going to play this VS Seeker and Blacksmith a couple of energy into one of my guys. The question is which one, because the active is confused. Yeah, I think I have to give up on the Houndoom on the active, and I just charge up one of my guys on the bench. I'd love to have a switch here, because I could just kill that Zorua. Kind of feels like my opponent is going to evolve. I don't know. He just has a single card in his hand and he's drawing a second one. So if one of those is a Sycamore, I guess that's all he needed. So he actually puts the DC into the bench guy, which makes me happy. So there's a Shauna, because right now if he draws a Zoroark, he kind of has to do an awkward play, which is play the... Oh no, he doesn't, because he can always rush in. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, Zoroark is really good. There's a Bridget, okay, which I think is a very bad supporter. You can't even use it to get Shaman, because you have to put the Pokemon on the bench and all that. So, and it's got an Yveltal actually, so kind of dangerous, but he needs to charge it up. And he keeps playing energy on his Zorua, so instead of the Yveltal. Okay, there's a judge here, which might be fine, but my opponent would draw a card. Can actually, yeah, I think I'm going to go for a goal bet just to make the most out of this. Let's see. Yeah. The question is, where do I put the 20 damage? I could go for his Shaman, although he already has an energy there. That would force him to make an awkward attack with the Shaman. Or I could just go for the Ivoltol. I don't know. 20 damage on the Shaman. Kinda doesn't really do anything for us, but at the same time, I kind of feel like it makes my opponent weary, and he's going to be scared that we might knock out this Shaman or something. So I kind of feel like he's going to try to use Sky Return. I mean, it's not the greatest play, but I'm just hoping he does. So yeah, I think I have to pass the turn here, and the next turn I can AZ that Mega Houndoom out of the active. It's not the greatest thing ever, but we can actually put the Houndoom back into play and do something about this Zorua, unless my opponent evolves, of course. Let's bridge it. Let's see what he goes for. Maybe another Zorua, maybe another Ivoltol. Goes for a Shaman. That doesn't work, dude. Yeah, my opponent did not draw cards. That doesn't work, because Bridget puts the Pokemon directly into the bench, so you're not putting it down from your hand. I think my opponent was confused for a little bit. Yeah, Bridget is really bad. I mean, Pokemon Fan Club is so much better. Okay, so we can actually bring this guy back to our hand, and we don't lose the turn to evolve, which is perfect. So we can actually attack this turn, or the following turn rather, because this guy wasn't going to be attacking anyways. And we still have the energy in our deck, so maybe we draw it. So I'm actually believing in our own Mega Houndoom. We knock out one of his guys, and the one that had the dangerous energy. I keep saying bad energy because the name stuck with me, the Japanese name. There's the Shaman. He's indeed going to attack. I don't know if he would have attacked with the Shaman anyways to bring the energy back to his hand, but it kind of feels like, I don't know, I'm going to say it was my 20 damage that made him do that, because that's kind of like one of the best things that could have happened to us right now. Him attacking with the Shaman, I mean, because that doesn't really do anything. I mean, 30 damage on that Entei is not scary at all. He would be knocking out the Entei anyways with his Zorwork, and he has a full hand, so he's not drawing a lot of cards with that Shaman, so... Oh my god, that's awesome. We can keep the energy in our deck and actually accelerate now. So that's perfect. Let's just bring the energy. I'm a little bit... I have a little bit of a cold. I don't know if you guys noticed, but... I'm just going to grab this guy and just knock it out, doing the most I can with the Entei. Getting rid of all the Zoras, so... Drawing another prize, that's really nice, okay. We just need to knock out a Shaman and some other random Pokemon, so... Muscle Band, okay. We've gone through a lot of stuff. We only have 5 cards left in our deck, so we kind of have to be careful, but... Our opponent is not in the greatest of positions either, so... And he actually overcommits energy on his Zorua, so I think he's going for the Zoroark for sure. Yeah, we've gone through a lot of stuff. Don't have a lot of energy, but we have one in the deck, so we can actually discard it. Oh, and my opponent just concedes. Nice. I guess he saw enough. He couldn't actually attack profitably into us, so yeah, this was a pretty... I mean, we started off really badly, but I think we managed to pull it off with all our blacksmiths and stuff like that, so this was fairly short, so I actually think I'm going to play an extra match for you guys, so see you in a minute. Okie dokie, let's go for our second match against Grass, Psychic, Colorless. Maybe this is a Sceptile deck. Oh, I hope it's a Sceptile deck. I'm just going, if it's a Sceptile deck, I'm just going to destroy it. I think Might be wrong, but I think the matchup is very favorable to us, because might be wrong, but I don't think he can knock us out in a single hit if we have the Mega, even if he poisons us. And if he fills out the bench, our Entei is actually pretty good. So yeah, we have a lot of game against the Sceptile deck, I guess. It's what you get with weakness and all that stuff. Weakness being like twice the damage is kind of brutal in a way. It changes stuff so much. Pokemon is like that. It's not a subtle game at all. Oh, my opponent actually starts with a Lugia, which I think I'm going to have some trouble to deal with. But oh, let's see what we find out of this Trainer's Mail. We got the Spirit Link and the Battle Compressor. Could go for the Spirit Link, but then gonna have to Ultra Ball for the Houndoom, which I'm happy to, because I have a Sycamore and I also have the Fire Energy. It doesn't really matter what we discard here, and I want to put that energy down before we play the Sycamore, because I'm making the most out of our resources. So there's the Spirit Link, and yeah, there's the Sycamore. Can't really complain about my first turn. And there's also, oh boy, even if my opponent gets rid of our Spirit Link, we have the second one, we have the Mega. The only thing that we're missing is energy into the discard pile, so that we could just use our Mega. But anyways, we kinda needed some way to discard, to retreat from the Entei. So I guess if we draw a Battle Compressor, we can just go for find an AZ. Yeah. And just look for an energy and just the AZ and knock out his Lugia. I mean, not knock out, but deal a lot of damage to that Lugia. And I don't think my opponent is playing any... I mean, he can play AZ in his deck, I guess. So yeah, maybe he's playing AZ. I don't know. Or maybe I just attack with Entei. Just discard some cards, try to see what we hit. Maybe it's energies that we could just charge up into that Houndoom. Goes for the Upa, my opponent, that is, and he's grabbing a couple of Sceptiles, of Mega Sceptiles, and a basic one, so it's got a lot of stuff. I think Mega Sceptile might be nice, or would be nice if we didn't have the power to 1-hit KO his guys, because he could just heal off the damage. But as it stands, I think I'm just going to evolve here. I think I'm playing the energy on the Entei, and I think I'm going for the basic one, because maybe we hit a fire energy. Maybe we are lucky and one of our top 4 cards is a fire energy. Let's see. I don't think we hit. Yep, we didn't. Oh well. He actually evolves, but he's also not knocking us out, knocking out our Entei in a single hit. So unless he finds the, yeah, he's got the Spinarak, but he kind of needs to evolve into Ariados before he poisons us. So I think we'll be fine. Even if he's not, yeah, I don't. Okay, we got the AZ finally, so I don't know. I think I'll just go for the Entei and just start attacking with this guy. If it ever dies, we can just Mega Turbo, so I'm really happy just getting rid of his Lugia in 2 hits. Because I don't think there's any way my opponent can knock out this Entei. Because even with the Ariados now, it doesn't have the basic Sceptile, so it's not dealing the... He's not using Sceptile's attack. Well, maybe he can... I guess he can drop down the stadium, the Shrine of Memories. Yeah, with Shrine of Memories and Ariados, he could actually knock out our Entei. But he's only taking 1 prize, so I'm not really too scared. We would be discarding the Fire Energy, but we could just bring it back with a Mega Turbo. into our Houndoom, and then the following turn we could even use the blacksmith. So feeling really nice about this. So roller skates. The lack of 1-hit KO potential for my opponent is kind of... So he spent 2 rolling skates to draw 3 cards. I guess that's how it goes. The card kind of draws 1.5 cards. So okay, can poison us. Although he's also poisoning his Lugia. I think that doesn't really matter too much because the Lugia would die anyways from our attack. Or maybe just as a switch. I don't know. Trying to guess my opponent's play, but it really hasn't given us any clues on what he's thinking. Because he's tanking, I kind of feel like he doesn't have the switch. But what else would he be considering? Maybe it's just connection errors, and I'm assuming my opponent's taking time. Okay, he has an Ultra Ball, so I guess he was thinking about what he was going to discard. Actually, this guy's 1 energy. I don't know about that. It really feels like the Spinner Rack is that important. Kinda... Can poison me all he wants, man. I don't know. Poisonous Nest, there we go. Oh, okay, so he's actually attacking with a Lugia. Oh no, he's retreating. Alright. Okay, so he went for the Spinner Rack to give it to us. Okay. Not really too scared about that. Anyways, we're taking some damage from the poison. So now, he will actually be knocking out our dude, our Entei. Maybe we just retreat from the Entei. Yeah, I'm going to try to draw the most cards we can. That is 1 card. So let's see what we draw out of this Shaman. Okay, we got this guy, which is nice, but now we just put the Spirit Link over there. I think I'm just going to attack with our... I don't know. He's just taking 1 prize, so yeah, I think I'll be fine. We have VS Seeker for days, so I'm not really too scared about anything. He's going to knock out our Entei, unfortunately, but we have the Houndoom ready to go if we just blacksmith, and although we will be discarding 1 energy, we can just blacksmith the following turn again, and I think we're fine. We don't even need to use the Sycamore here. Maybe we should have kept that Shaman a little bit longer, but I don't know. I'm feeling fine about this. Let's just go with the Houndoom. I'm sorry, my voice is a little bit... as I speak more and more, it's getting worse and worse, so... Alright, let's charge it up. We can actually play the thing to shuffle our guys back, and I think I'll do that. Can also draw the Shaman, because I don't need the Blacksmith this turn, or we could just Sycamore, but yeah. I think we will be fine. Okay, you can Ultra Ball for a bat, because I have to be careful with that Lugia. Maybe I should have kept the VS Seekers. I don't know. Do I play this thing? Yeah. Let's just go for... I guess the Battle Compressor and the other Ultra Ball. Let's just go for the Zubat. Maybe I should have discarded the Houndoom. I don't know. The Mega Houndoom, that is. Let's just attack. Inferno Fang. I have to discard, but hopefully we can draw a Fire Energy later. And just be able to attack again the following turn. And we can actually, because we just put the Zubat down this turn, we can actually use the... oh, there's the Fire Energy. Perfect. We can actually use the Zubat and knock out that Lugia for sure. So there's that. Oh, Escape Rope. Huh. Or I guess we can kill the Zubat. I have another one in my hand.
If he doesn't kill it, because he kind of needs to put... Yeah, he's not killing it. Oh, that's perfect. Now he's in real trouble. We could even play the supporter now to just deal the rest of the damage that we would need. Can even put this other Zubat down, because I kind of feel like one of our guys will get knocked out before we need to play the Shaman. And we can actually draw cards with that guy. Or maybe just hit the Upa on the bench. I don't know. I think I'll just go for the Lugia. Let's just retreat. Let's play this guy. Try to draw cards. Yeah, 5 cards. We draw 3. That's not nice. That's not bad, I mean. It's definitely nice. Inferno Fang. 80 more damage, yeah, for sure. Bam. That guy is dead. And we bring the energy back. Yeah, the opponent just concedes. I guess that's the best thing he could have done there, because he was just getting destroyed by our dudes. Alright, kind of feel like we had the upper hand in that match because we were playing against Sceptile, but at the same time I think just grabbing the Zubat in that turn was really key, because we were able to knock out the Lugia in a single hit, which was the most dangerous Pokemon my opponent had. And that kind of made the difference between a game that we could have struggled with and a game that we just didn't give him any chance at all. So yeah, that's the deck. I'm having a lot of fun playing with it, but I think the numbers still aren't right, so that's up for you guys to decide as well. Tell me what you think in the comments. Hit the like button if you like this video, and I guess I'll see you guys next time. Bye!